Hey guys, how's everybody doing? The wife's doing the work in the garage for a change. She's over there painting on the door a little bit, sharpening up the beak. I think she's working on our toolbox a little bit while she's at it. Kind of neat having her in for the first time. What's up, Chris? Chris, how you doing, buddy? What's up, Chris? 3, 2, 1. That was pretty cool. Who else is here? Do we have anybody else in here yet? We got 5 people in here. Sound off and say hello. Say hello to my beautiful wife, Kim. She's over there painting for us. She's going to do the toolbox a little bit. She's also sharpening up the beak. It's nice having her do the work in the garage, and I can relax for a little bit for a change. What's going on, Dale? How you been, buddy? JJ, what's going on? I know, you got something nice to look at besides my ugly bearded face, right? I'm trying to sit back, too. I got to get a wire for the computer to run up to the TV. Then we can sit a little further back, and you guys ain't got to look at like you could actually see the pimple on my cheek whenever I was been doing the lives. A buddy of mine mentioned that I needed to sit back a little bit. I got my phone going. Hey, Lynn and Larry, how you guys doing? Cool. I got some work done on the car this week. I'm putting up a video on Sunday. It's almost done. The wife's doing a little bit of painting. We'll try to get some of that in there too. I got the one side, the driver's side fender patch work going, so we'll try to get that up this weekend. Hey, Floyd, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Honey, you should say hello to everybody instead of just sitting there.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Yo, what's going on, Gus? Yes, my wife Kim finally came out. She agreed to let me film because she was out here painting while I was getting ready to do it. She wasn't done, so she's like, go ahead. What's going on, Slow Slit? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Larry. I messaged somebody on Marketplace. They put up an ad, said they had all kinds of 55, 6, and 7 parts. And I messaged them and asked them about garnish molding. I need all the garnish molding on the inside of the car. And he said he would message me pictures today. That never happened. So I don't know if maybe he forgot, found out, went out and looked and realized he didn't have any 2-door sedan garnish moldings. I don't know. But if any of you guys got a lead on any of that stuff, let me know. I'm going to start collecting some stuff. I figure while I'm working on the house, some of the stuff I could do for the car is start collecting some parts to get ready. I can get that, like the garnish molding sanded up and painted. Yes, Dale, I need everything for a 2-door sedan. I need the back glass, the windshield, the front glass. I don't have any garnish molding. This car was completely stripped when I got it, so I got to start accumulating parts. Oh, thanks, JJ. Yeah, I enjoyed going. That was something different. That was my first car event this year going up there. I met a lot of cool people. I'm not a Ford guy. I'm strictly a Chevy guy, but I tell you what, that Cyclone midway through and the guy that owned it, that car was something else, man. I mean, and his buddy's 396 Chevelle right beside it. And you just didn't want to touch those cars, and they were unmolested. They were just perfect cars. That's cool, Larry. No problem. Oh, we got the puppies out here too. I got to put a blanket down for them. They get a little anxious if they don't have somewhere to sit.
I'm not going to with one.
Okay. There you go, boys. I'll get you your own too. You didn't save a spot for boo-boos. You save places for boo-boos too. You guys take a look. We got the pups in here, and they got to have the moving blankets on the floor when we're out here, so they got somewhere to sit down. So, like I said, I've been working on the driver's side fender. I got to start collecting some metal aside from parts because I want to try to finish out that tilt nose. I mean, it's good and strong, but I just want to weld it between the fender and the hood. I got that coming up. I'm just going to put a piece of like round bar in there and just tack it all the way down on both sides so it's good and cinched up. So I got that to do. I still have some frame welds to make on it, not many. Then I want to sand everything up, get it ready. So that's what I got going on right now. I'm just trying to do some garage stuff while we're building on this house. And it's just a can of worms, so we'll do the best we can. Have any of you all ever checked out that that web what is it, the app that the kids are all doing, that TikTok? I've made a couple videos and just trying to steer people over here to check out the YouTube, but I can link it to this, but I didn't want to because they wanted access, and I don't like that. I didn't like that. So I just been like holding up signs. Here's my one sign. It's probably going to look backwards, but they're pretty funny. So if you go over on TikTok, you can look us up. They're just little 15-second and stuff videos. I'm like, having fun with it, you know. I passed out flyers at the car show. I don't know if it'll do any good. It seems like we got a few more people. I hope at least somebody from the car show signed up for the channel, you know. Me and my son walked around twice. We talked to a lot of people. What are you guys working on? What do you guys got going? I got Dale checking for parts. That's awesome. I got to start collecting some stuff. I got to get some stuff ready to go. All right, I appreciate it, Dale. Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, as long as it's a two-door sedan, I guess the sedan and the four doors and the hard tops are all different, I think. Yeah, I don't think they're the same. Too cold? Too cold, Larry? Too cold to paint? Yes. Yes. Windshield and rear, yes. I need those too, Dale. Did you start looking around, poking around that 57? Cold. Finish up.
Yeah.
All right. Gigi's not very comfortable.
You like to ask me if you like my shirt.
Cool. Oh yeah, check out. She wants to know if you guys like her shirt. Grumpy's Garage here. Here, let me get it closer, Kim, so they can see. She got it off of eBay for when she's out here painting, working in the shop, so she doesn't ruin any of her good clothes. Grumpy. Believe me, it's true. I always wondered why when this uploads, the comments never go with it. On you know, for when people look at it later, it's always all the comments disappear. I don't understand that. I got to figure out that. Yeah, it is a good work shirt. I was looking at I want to make my own. I want to get my own patch, you know, with a couple work shirts. I think I'm going to head over to Tractor Supply one of these weekends and grab a work shirt and maybe order a patch like the patch I got for my hat. Not yet, Dale. I mean, it's way too early. You know what I mean? But yeah, she'll be the one handling all that stuff. You know, for sure. When we get to that point, if we ever do.
Bye.
All right, I'll clean up the rest. Thanks.
I got it.
The box, I don't know if you want to leave it out here because the dust will settle in the paint. I don't know.
Get ready.
All right, take it
Come on,
easy.
boy.
Yo, Blue Yellow. I'll let her know when I go in, Dale. She's 5 steps from the back door now. I'll let her know you wished her well. I think it was pretty cool. She decided to join us for a little bit, you know. Well, she was here first, and I was like, I'm getting ready to go live. She's like, go ahead. Usually she's very guarded about the cameras and stuff, but yeah, maybe she'll start participating a little more. That'll be a lot of fun for me. I love it when she comes out and works in the garage with me, you know. A lot of times if I'm grinding, it's getting real dusty, she'll go in, but if I'm just tinkering around mechanical stuff, that's going to be coming up soon when I work on the suspension and stuff. But you know, it's pretty cool to have somebody to hang out with in the garage. Yeah. You know, a lot of people, I don't know. Like I said, she was like always making sure she'd leave the garage when I was making film segments, but it's like this time she was like, just go ahead. I don't care. I got to finish up. I'm not going to stop painting. She was tightening up on them beaks, on them. I mean, they're killer, man. I got to get a longer cord so I can really show you guys some stuff around here until I can't do it on my phone yet. You guys can get in there real close and see. I mean, it's pretty killer. I get that stuff. I can't wait till we, get the car painted up, and then she can start just going around the car, putting whatever she wants on there, like they used to do in the old days. Be kind of cool. One thing I'd like to have is on the back lid, because the car's named Sad News. I just want sad news, you lose, with the frowny face. That way, in case I beat somebody, they got to read that. Very cool, Gus. Oh yeah. She's gonna be all lettered up. It's gonna be old school gasser. I mean, whatever. I mean, we'll find some cool stuff. Try to design a cartoon character or something. Something. Figure something out. Yeah, that's what this whole thing is. This, when we put the garage up, it was just for us to come out and have some fun. I wouldn't mind selling this whole house and just getting, like, I was looking at those barn dominiums. Do you guys ever see those things where they take a giant barn and you got a workshop, and then they take a piece of it and turn it into inside living, and they're beautiful, but you can walk right downstairs or right on out into your shop with car lifts and everything else. Oh, maybe someday. Uh-oh. Dale says it's a bad barn dominiums are a bad idea. Oh, yeah. That part of it. It's actually the way they have it. I don't know. You have to look them up, Dale. They seal whatever the inside wall is. So it would be like a house with a 2-car garage, something that almost similar to that, except a huge shop. But I don't know. We just looking at pictures on the internet. Said, man, that'd be pretty cool. Because, I mean, we spend a lot of time out here. At some point, I got to put that other piece of insulation up there, and I got to build boxes around them roll-ups so it stays even warmer. I can get it up to about, when it's 20 degrees out, I can get it about 62 in here with that little unit I got, but I'd like to be able to get it warmer. Plus, it's only a 20 by 20 little garage, but it's enough for us to come out and play around and get into a little bit of trouble. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to even argue those points. Every one of them's true, Dale. But they're cool looking. I seen one on there, man. They had like 4 car lifts, and then you went back, and the second half it was just a shut off wall. And when you opened the door to the other side, it was like a phenomenal house inside of a barn. Hey, Dale. It's funny you should mention that, Dale. I got my LL Bean slippers on right now. It's rest time, Like I said, I managed to get some good footage this week. I only did a patch, and I'll put it up this weekend. And I did that all while I was working at that house. And that place is a can of worms, man. It's a beautiful place, but it just needs so much. And I'm not going to cut corners because, my son's going to live there. So I'm trying to do a really good job, doing my best. What are you doing on your car this weekend besides just the wiring and lights, huh, Gus? New light switch. Now, are you using a factory 55 or are you using an aftermarket like from a parts store and you're just going to wire it to work? What do you got going on, brother? That's a neighbor's dogs. My dogs don't act up like that. Come on, guys. Don't make me carry the whole conversation. Let me know what's going on in your world, Yes, blue yellow. Like I said, I'm starting to work on the front tilt nose right now again while I'm waiting on parts. There's a ton of work to do on it. I did a patch. I'm going to put up a video on that on Sunday. I'll be wrapping that up. Maybe there might be, I don't know if in this video or the next, my wife does a little bit of paint work and we got some stuff going. Sure. I mean, I can bring hopefully I'll make sure I'll hold this and don't unplug, but get it down there. Try to get out of the way of it. Is there a specific thing you want to look at, Dale? I got the tilt nose up right now. Yeah, that's what's going on with me, blue yellow, a lot. I got to work 8 at the job, sometimes a little more, and then I head down and work on that place for about 3 or 4 hours after work. Then I come home. Some nights I'll slide out here for an hour. Some nights I'm too tired. At least once a week, I don't go to that house. I come here and just kind of tinker with the car just to keep it relevant. It's very important. To me, it is. All right. Just it's factory or yeah, I'm assuming factory then if you got it from the gas station, figuring. Yeah, it's pretty straight. You know what I'm going to end up having to do though, Dale? Because I got the stamped doors and all that. The gaps is no matter what you do, they're a little big and they're a little, I think I might have to like take a wafer cut and then TIG weld it up and then body work like around the front window, maybe a little bit, just to make the gaps perfect. My buddy's going to come over one weekend and we're going to try to set the gaps the best we can. But I can already tell there's not enough room back and forth. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagling. It's a gasser. I don't want it to be perfect, but I don't want my paint coming off because of contact either. So there is no contact, but when you start putting a couple layers of paint on there, it's going to get closer and closer. Yes. That's why I gap last. So but that's going to be before body, because if I stood back and showed you both sides, I'm really happy with the way everything laid in. If you look straight down the car, it's straight as an arrow. I mean, but you already know these quarters are a mile long and brand new. You can see because they're so long. There's that. And when the car's painted, I don't want to see any of this. So I'm going to block the whole car. I'm going to put a little thin film plastic on there, and I'm going to block the whole car. I'm going to cross hatch everything. Yep. But those will be fun videos to make, See how it goes. I was looking at them cold welders. That might be a good thing to buy for splitting. TIG welding, yeah, I can get that thing down around 10, 15 amps and you're playing around with it. But I don't know if you guys looked at any of them. They call them cold welders. I've never used them. I don't even know how good they are. I'm not going to comment on them until I played with one and I'd see how strong the welds are, bend test them or something. But, you always see them with the Chinese letters on the cups. Yo, Gorney, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming by. You missed the wife. My wife actually appeared on the show, so you'll have to come back and at least look at the first 10 minutes. She was working on the beaks on the birds. She was filling in some of the yellow, and I come out and I'm like, I'm going live in a couple of minutes, and she's gonna leave, and then she's like, you know what? I want to finish up. Go ahead. And she's camera shy. So maybe that's a good sign she'll get involved and participate, man. That'll be fun. Cool. I'd be most comfortable with MIG, especially with the sheet metal, burp, burp, burp. It's just a real quick and it's nice, but I mean, they're only a couple $100, Dale, and I'm just so curious about them. I might have to pull the trigger. I might have to work a couple hours overtime to fund it. But I mean, I've seen them as cheap as $200, and they just look like fun. I don't know how good they are, but they do look like fun. Yeah, TIG does take a long time. That Eastwood unit I got though, it's pretty nice, man. Like I said, it can hang with the Miller I got at work. I mean, it can do all the processes. Not quite as good because the duty cycle and everything, but it's not water cooled, but it does pretty good. Yo, John, thanks for stopping by, man. That's all right. I got it. I got meat hooks, dude. You see me trying to type. Yeah, the digital 200. Yeah, I got mine on sale. Wow, man, you're lucky, brother. Keep an eye out for bezels. And I got Dale looking. He's going to see if I got any garnish moldings. I saw in one of the groups we're in, John, one of the guys they're going, is it the swap meet in Kentucky? He's got 2 garnish molding sets, but he's too far away. 2-door sedan all the way around. I need everything. I need the back, the rear window, the rear sides, the door fronts, and the windshield. I don't have any garnish molding. I need it all. He said he wanted like $200 a set. I'm not gonna put a bench in the front. I'm gonna get nice buckets, but I think I'm gonna get the ones that are go with a roll bar, because I do want to go to the track, Chris, and play. And you got to at least have a roll bar to do that. And I'm just going to get the slip on. What do they call those? Where you use the choker for the safety belts and stuff like that. But I mean, let's face it, this is mostly going to be just a cruiser to go to the local cruises and car shows. But I am going to go, when I'm at the track, I'm going to participate in the burnouts. I'm going to have an extra set of tires. I want to play, I mean, all right. I mean, I don't know how much they cost. His asking price is no problem. It's just is the shipping. How much is the shipping? I heard they're banging people for shipping right now. I mean, I'm spoiled. I got the Amazon Prime. It's like everything's free, but then you get something shipped private. Man, they want a ton of money. I sent a picture album and a few photographs of my father and some of his stuff to my sister. They charged me $25. And I saw my stepmom, she mailed it up to me, and they charged her $25. They made $50 off a couple pictures. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Andy. I'm glad you got your poop pipe fixed, man. Everybody poops, brother. I was like, man, he's got a mess going on. I understand, though, dude. I got a lot going on down that house, too, and it's like a can of worms. I'm like I was telling these guys, I save one day during the week, and then Sundays I stay home usually unless I got a lot going on. Then I'll go down for a couple hours. But I try to save, a little bit of time to come out here and play with the car, make some footage, try to entertain everybody. We're doing pretty good. I mean, actually, the channel, I'm really proud of it. I mean, we've got 403 people right now, I think, and that's a lot for me. And we're like at 115,000 watch minutes. So I appreciate all you guys, man. I wish I could do. I'm so jealous of these guys, like the Vice Grip guy and them. I wish I could do this full time. I would be flipping cars, and I'd have a garage 80 by 60. You know what I mean? But us little guys are out in our 20 by 20s, just entertaining each other. Yeah, it's crazy, John. It's crazy right now. I know that what was that guy's name? Clarence had are you talking about the seat that Clarence had? But I think he wanted $1,000 for it. I saw your comment, Gordon. Right before I come out here, I was sitting down and my phone beeped, and I looked down and said, "Oh, Andy put up a video." So I was looking at the video. I had 20 minutes to kill, and then I wrote in there, and I think my comment's like 1 or 2 away from yours. No shit, Andy. I got you on the buzzer, brother. You guys see what's going on with up at Dave up at Scott Rod's. His truck took a crap. I threw a dart. I told him I thought it might be the crank sensor right off. He's been changing the cam sensor. I don't know enough about these new cars. I probably shouldn't even have given any input on it. That's cool. thought his name was Clarence. His on the Facebook, he has I think it's like a 32 Ford. It kind of looks like the American Graffiti car. Is his profile? I know he had a beautiful seat about a month ago. I don't know if he sold it or not. I was considering it, and I'm like, it's not going to really go with what I want to do. I want to have a real comfortable seat in the passenger side for the wife, but and I want mine to match if possible. But if it isn't possible, it isn't possible. Or I can make a quick change out seat. You know what I mean? If I'm going to go to the track, I'll put a race seat in. If I'm going to be just cruising around, from what I've seen on pictures and what people have been telling me, the 69-ish GM car seats look really nice, whether it be the Chevelle or the Buick seats with the pull down button in the back. I just want something nice that's period correct. But I also want to be able to play, so I might have to have a race car seat, separate set of bolts. I heard that, Evan Howard. That's one on the list. Yes, the Lowe's. I'm not going to have a back seat. I'm just going to have a delete. The Tri-5 guy got plans for that, and I watched him do it on one of the cars on one of his shows. So I'm probably going to just lean on him for that job. He has a pretty cool way he did his. You got to pay the piper to poop, huh, Andy? I don't know. I'll tell you though, Dale, because you're on them Facebook groups too. His name was Clarence. I don't know if he still has the seats. It was over a month ago he had that seat on there, and it was gorgeous. But he said he was going a different way, and he decided not to use it. I think he only wanted what he had in it. I haven't decided what kind of dash trim I want to go with yet either. I mean, the bezels are the bezels, but I mean, this car, the title said it was a 210. I'm a huge 150 fan. So do I really want all the flashy stuff on the dash? It's cool. I'm still on, if I don't know if I just want to paint it out and just get the cigarette lighter buttons and stuff, or if I want to use the Chevrolet trim that the Bel Airs all had. Because my car was not a Bel Air, it was a 210, but I want to dress it out like a 150 gasser. Yeah, I know they're really cool. It's like I said, I'm on the fence. I haven't decided yet, And they're really, for the repops, they're not that much if I have to go that route. At the car show, they kind of let on that there was going to be a small swap meet, but I got there and it was garbage. I mean, I don't want to say garbage. It was collector stuff. There was a few guys there with parts. There was actually a set of seats there. My son was scoping out what he was going to film for the car show. And I said, well, let's walk around. And I'm telling you, within 5 minutes, those seats were gone. And everything else, there was nothing. There was one bow tie side piece, and it was in poor condition. There was nothing else Tri-5 there. Yeah, I know that, Dale. I know that, but the choices, it's like me standing there paralyzed. Do I want, which cheeseburger do I want? The Texas, the Swiss? I don't know, man. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm wondering, Gorney, was everything optioned back then? I don't think that the bow ties were restricted just to the Bel Airs, but like I said, my title says it was a 210. Like I said, you watch, you look at all them. There was a guy at the car show. He had a 54, and it's in the video. You guys will see it. It was a sleeper, man. It was a 4-door. It looked like, and it was a real light blue, two tones of one super light blue and the other, and it just looked like a grandma car right off the showroom floor. But you look at the back, the tires were like this wide, and it had a LS motor in it. And, it had the Mooney hubcaps and everything. It just, from the side, it just looked like a little mom and pop car. But he was whipping some tails on the street if he was racing. It was well done. I think it's about halfway through the video, maybe a little more. Really cool car. I was really impressed with it. It was like 5 cars before that Falcon gasser. That was the only gasser there this car show, and that car show usually has about 30 or 40 of them. So I don't know. COVID might have everybody. I mean, there were still at least 400 cars there. But if you guys saw how big that college campus is, that's what DCCCC is. It's Delaware County Community College. They have, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 tiers of parking, and it goes up a hill as you go. And they have all the, like, one-offs, like where my car would be, all the way in the top lot. And then they have them period correct cars that are being judged all the way down. And a lot of people were asking, you have to have fire extinguisher visible or they won't even grade your car. It's the Historical Society. That's the show that my Z28 won that 3-foot-high trophy for. It was, I think, 74 through 82. I can't remember the exact years, but it was in its class. It won best in class. My Chevy, yes, is my absolute dream car, the 55. I had a beautiful Z28. I was just talking about it. Won a 3-foot-high trophy at the car show a couple years ago, and it's not what I wanted. This is what I've always wanted. I wanted a 55 gasser. I had the Badman model, like all you other guys, and for me, it just stuck. 2-lane blacktop. Watch that. American Graffiti. Watch that. I mean, they had a couple cool 55s from a distance in the Hollywood Nights, but the 57 was the one with Danny, whatever his name, I'm talking about, driving that yellow one. And you had New Bomb Turks Pie, all the car shows, man, all the when we were kids. Flip a coin, John. If you like them both, you can't go wrong with either. Yeah, the 58 is cool, though. I would lean towards the 58. Dale, you got more projects, man. I'll tell you what, you can juggle. I got that house and this, and I get so stressed out sometimes. I come home the other day, I was about having panic attacks. My wife had to settle me down. Yeah. I mean, and you go to a car show, Gorney, and you see, I'd like to have that. I'd like to have that. And you understand now these guys that have big money, why they have these giant car collections, because, they can. Yeah, Tony Danza. That's right. That's cool, Andy. Yeah. But check out that car show. About halfway through, that powder blue one, it's bad, man. It's bad to the bone. Yeah, that's the name of it too, Blue Yellow, the Project X car. They changed that car, the owner, and they got so much static from everybody. They just restored it back to Project X. They had made so many modifications to it. I mean, they were getting killed on the internet, and they just switched everything back. I was reading about that a couple months ago. That was the name of the project. Yeah, he lost to the Chinese bandits. That kid had to go sneak his old man's rail out to beat him. I love that movie. Cars, yes, Dale, but houses, no. It's like I don't enjoy ripping plaster lath down. I don't enjoy. There's no fun in sniffing all that dust and debris, you know. Once that phase of the job's completed and out of the way, I'll be a lot more relaxed. I don't mind hanging kitchen cabinets. I don't mind, it just seems like, but I get like the last house I did around the corner, I bought a house about, I don't know, four or five blocks away. And it was a total mess. It was a gut job. I redid the whole house, but by the time you get done doing all the hard work, I had to jack the whole house up, change the rim and sill boards, everything. And by the time you get through all that, it's like you're only half-hearted in all the real nice stuff, like the kitchen. Yeah, I made it nice, but it was like it was more labored instead of just standing back and checking it all out. Yo, what's going on, Phil? Dude, I really dig that firehouse mural, stuff like that, man. I love stuff like that. He had up on Instagram today. Any homemade murals and stuff. You missed it. Check out the beginning of the video too. The wife I caught her in the garage working. She wasn't feeling well the day Phil and his wife came by to help me start the motor. But yeah, she was out there today. She was painting on the door. She was doing the yellow in the beaks. I don't know if you could see that. Come out really cool. And she was working on the giveaway toolbox a little bit. And I come out and I'm like, hon, I'm going live in like 5 minutes. She's like scurrying around. And then she finally said, ah, the heck with it. Go ahead. So maybe she'll be less bashful now. That'd be fun. Thanks, brother. Take it easy, John. Good luck with the swap meet. If your buddy don't get rid of all those garnishes, let me know in the group on Facebook. Let me know what's going on. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. You're right, Gus. You always make your car the way you want it to be, not what anybody else wants it to be. That's funny, Gordy. I never really had any cool cars. I was a poor kid. I guess I won. It was my grandma's Swinger, and I crashed it. It was a 70 Swinger. I was following my buddy. He had a 79 Trans Am, and I was following him, and I hit this hump too hard, and I went into a railroad trestle. I still hear shit about it. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it, man. That's right. Whoever pays the money, Dale. You got that right. Especially when you start getting into these hot rods and the big block cars, they just ooh. The word big block, everybody thinks now you got to throw money at it. I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know if I want to do when this is done, I don't know if I want to do like a square body truck. I might want to do a hauler, but I don't really have the room. If I had a giant shop, I would do a hauler where it would match, like a match set. Find like a 55 flatbed and turn it into a hauler. That would be cool. Yes, you do, Darren. Yes, you do. I try never to come off cheap, Thanks, Andy. that John guy, he's on Facebook. He's got a really nice project going, man. He's doing a good job. That's where I met him at. He's doing a frame off deal on his too. You got anything in the garage, Darren? You working on anything? Did you order your head gasket for your tractor, Andy? You just keep going till you can't go no more, Andy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm 50, and I took the tough paper route, man. I've been a welder since I was a kid, so I've been snooting them welding fumes, chromium, stainless, aluminum, all that crud. So you do the math on that. Well, see, then you keep going, brother. I know watching your videos, you get around that shop pretty damn good for 71 years old. Climbing under the car, you're making a little less noise than me when I'm climbing under my car. I'm like, man, I wonder if I should mute out the my moans of getting down under there. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, Phil. Take it easy, man. All right, Dale, you take it easy too, brother. Don't forget about me, Dale. Make sure you check and see if you got any of that molding or bezels. I'm looking for bezels too. That's cool, Darren. They got a dirt track back home, Lernerville Speedway, where I'm from, the other side of the state. And them guys, I used to love going up there. But you leave, you got that red clay that settles on all your clothes by the time the races are done. That's hilarious, man. That's great. I have no idea, Gorney. He's probably out there working on his car. He's probably got something going on. He's making some good headway, I'll tell you that. He was wanting to install them windows. Remember, he glued that trim on his side glass. He was waiting. He's letting it sit as long as he could. Maybe he's doing that. I don't know. And if I had to bet, I'd say he's working on his car. That's cool. Now, what do you got? What do you got in it? Chevy 350 stroker, 383 stroker. What do you got going on, Darren? That's one job I want to try to do too someday. I've never assembled an engine, and I really I need to do it. So I'm going to get a 350, find a nice core, and I'm going to stroke it, and I'm just going to do it here in the garage. I'll just have the machine shop get everything ready for me, where all I got to do is assemble it. That's all right. That's what my Z28 had, a little Chevy 350. It was a lot of fun, man. I put a set of Hedman headers on that thing. Nice big carburetor. didn't have any of the pollution stuff hooked up anymore. It was all still there for show, but it wasn't there. That's great, Larry. That's all right. Larry, you're one of them guys. You deserve a garage. The kind of work you're doing up there, man. It's hard to believe you're doing it in the backyard like that, man. You're one of them guys. You deserve a garage. I don't know if you could build a stick house around the car and whatever, man. But I know that in the wintertime, I crank this thing up. If it blows up, I'm going to go get another one. I might even get a big propane heater next time. I gotta do a better job. I got to put that last piece of insulation up right over there. And I was thinking I got to build a box because there's an air gap when the doors are down. There's like an air gap this big. And I just tuck all these moving blankets in it in the wintertime. But it'd be better if I had a nice finished box, Yeah, I understand. Just make sure the house has a nice garage. And I guess I could run a gas line out here. I got a service cable out here with the 220 for available welding. I even got the computer wire out here that what do they call that? Oh man, I always forget the name of it. It looks like a phone one, but it's USB. They're not USB. Anyway, I got a computer wire out here and a cable for the TV. Might as well run a gas line too. Probably be cheaper in the long run. Then I don't have to worry about, getting the bottle filled and all that other nonsense, getting a tank. I guess just bury a piece of 1/2-inch soft in the ground. I don't know, in the ground. I don't know. Soft copper. Yeah, Gorney, I don't know if you're on Facebook at all, but I got a group in there, and for the car build. I had it before I even had a YouTube, and Larry put he's got one car that's done, and he's building another car, and he put, I don't know, what was it, Larry? At least 30 or 40 pictures of the build and stuff, and he's doing it all in his backyard. It's pretty awesome, man. I think it's called, let me see if I can go in there. So I think I got a link to it on my YouTube homepage. You guys could click on and go over and visit. I'm fairly certain. Let me see. I don't want to misdirect anybody. Yeah. That's what it's called on Facebook, but there's a link to it on the YouTube homepage somewhere. I know I put it there. Yeah, I mean, I use it for a couple things, Gorney. I like I said, I live on the other side of the state, so it's a lot of fun to see what my buddies from high school are up to and stuff like that. All my old buddies and friends. So it's just like you see what they're up to and doing like that. And I'm most of the time when I'm on there, it's for the car groups. I'm in like at least 50 groups, and you get a lot of great ideas. A lot of really really knowledgeable people. You meet a lot of really cool guys like that John Morris. That's how I met him on one of the Facebook car groups. Really, really solid guy, man. Me too, Evan. That's what I was telling these guys at the beginning of the video. I would love to get one of them barn. They call them a barn dominium, where you got a big workshop, and then you take the backside and they put a seal off a wall and build a house inside the barn, and it's pretty impressive. Yeah, we were looking at them too. It's like I'm thinking about it, man. I mean, down the road here, I get this house done that we're doing. My wife's grandfather's house. We're refurbishing it for my son, and after that's done, I don't know, man. I'm selling the house. I got 4 blocks away. Maybe I sell this. I get a big piece of property and maybe get one of them barn dominiums. I don't know. Wife seems to be on board. She likes working in the shop too, man. She's got a lot of projects she likes to do. She likes making stuff out of that pallet wood. She likes, she's getting pretty good at this arts and crafts stuff. So who knows? That guy I was in here a while ago, Chop Shop Phil. He was in the video. He came over with his wife and helped me start the motor up. I never met him till that day. They're solid people, but he's one heck of a. From what I understand from a couple people, he's one heck of a Harley Davidson mechanic. He builds bikes and he repairs bikes. He's over there on Instagram, and he's constantly cycling. Bringing bikes in and out of the shop, fixing them for people. Man, I tell you what. So he's in demand around here for you bike guys. Yeah. So my mom's one of her best friends when we were kids growing up, Sue and Chuck Everett. I'll never forget. Chuck used to keep his bike in the kitchen. When we were little kids, we'd come in there. We weren't allowed to go near the bike. He was a big time biker back in the day. That's cool. That's cool. That's awesome, dude. Put a little garland around it and sprinkle some lights in there, and you got a Christmas tree. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I love it. I used to work at this plastic plant when I first got out of the service, and this guy, I don't know, I think he still lives like about 10 blocks from here. He had a chopper. I don't know, it was from the early 70s. It was cool, but it had a hole in the bottom of the gas tank, and he wanted me to weld it, but he didn't want to destroy the paint. I remember he brought it in, and we filled it with water and then flipped it over and dried it out. And I was able to weld the bottom, the studs that is where it was leaking around where they welded the studs on the homemade tank back in the day. I was able to clean it all up and weld it without destroying the paint and, filling it with water. But I was also worried about fume, but I guess, with all the water in there, we pushed it out. Later on, you learn lessons. It's like if you're welding on something that has like a gas to it, you can start a car and take the exhaust fumes as long as the tank's empty and there's no gas in it, but it's just fumes. You could take a tailpipe and put it in there, and the vapor, gets rid of it removes all the oxygen, so there can't be a fire. You got to be real careful. Don't take my advice unless you really know. But it's like an inert gas. It's like you start a car and put, you can evacuate the fumes that way so there's no oxygen so it won't burn. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, Blue Yellow. Thanks for coming by, man. Always appreciate you. Peace. That's cool, man. I won't ride bike around here. She probably won't let me anyway anymore because, it's too overpopulated here. And dude, you just look and there's kids like this driving down the road like this. No, they're not watching. They don't see. It's crazy. These things here, man, they're a blessing and a curse for sure. That's cool. Everything's better when it's home built too, Larry, Take a little more pride in it, Where my body parts came from? Yeah, I get them. I get them from Joe down at Real Deal Steel. I thought you already knew that. Yeah, I got every piece of metal from Joe. Everything he sells is Gold Star. As far as the quarters, the floor, the trunk, the tailpiece, the doors, that was all Gold Star. But like when you order patches, they come from a place. Let me see. Here's the lower fender patch for the driver's side, or excuse me, passenger side fender, and it came from let me get the paper. And I guess he just drops this stuff, and it's Cars Inc. That's for patches, Dale. So it's like everything I got from Joe came from Gold Star, except for these patches that I got. And I don't remember if I showed you guys these. I ended up not using them. I think I'm just gonna list them. These were also Cars Inc. The bottoms of the front, this pillar there, where the bottom hinge goes here. I thought this was more rotted than it actually was, and I was just going to cut it somewhere and fix it, but it turns out I didn't need them. So if anybody needs these, let me know. A little under cost. I don't even think I'm going to need this passenger side fender patch. I bought it just in case. I'm going to go over there, and when I start grinding up, if there's mud, I remember a little bit of mud when I was drilling, so I just bought it. If I don't need it, I'll save it or sell it, or I got something to barter with at a future swap meet. Yeah. Let me see if I don't remember if I took this bill of sale in, Dale. Let me look real quick. How about if I just put it back up? I'll look for the invoice later because there was a number on it. I don't know if it's in the house. I put everything in that folder I got, but I bet you if you just look them up on the internet, There'll be a phone number. Cars Inc. Oh, I'll even look it up and see. Yeah, there is a number. It says from Steve Reithmeyer, 248-853-8900. You didn't stop nothing. It's all good. That's why we're here, man. All right, cool. And like I say, I deal with Joe at Real Deal. He's dropped, but I'm on this stuff. I think on the patch stuff, he just drop ships it from this guy, and you can call him. Yeah. Well, don't buy the lower fender for the passenger side fender, and don't buy the pillar pieces if you need them. I got them, Dale. Maybe we could barter. I'll tell you one thing, Larry. If we can't find it, we do build it. We do make it. The only thing I had to buy that whole pandemic for that tilt nose was them bearing tracks. Everything else, it was stuff I just had laying around the shop. The framework holding it together used to be the framework that held the car together when I cut the floor out. Reused it, repurposed it. It's a little heavy, but I don't care. I'm not out to win big time races or nothing like that. My car's not going to be 3,100 pounds, man. It's going to be every bit of 3,400 pounds. I'm sure this guy's got pans, dude. If you're just looking for like patch panels for the pans or bits and pieces, I'm sure he got it all. Yep. Make it up. That's right. Yeah. Dale, I know all about that because this was North Jersey, close enough. And I'm in Pennsylvania, All these northeastern states, the salt, you got to be really careful with. The one thing I'm sad about is I sold my 2006 Silverado. I should have kept it. That thing was cherry. I'd get down on one knee once a week and I'd spray underneath. That car, that thing it was a 2-wheel drive, single cab truck, and they still gave me $6,800 on a 2006 for a trade-in. That's how cream puff it was. I took good care of that truck. I should have kept it. But yeah, if you don't do that, you will lose your floors. I'm with you, Gus. That's why I don't ride no more. Not around here. No problem, brother. Take care, Dale. Yeah, we've been on a good hour anyway, everybody. I think we had a good talk tonight. You guys got to see my wife and meet her for the first time. That was fun, right? So, yeah, dude, I don't even want to count. I don't even want to think about it. But I appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We were on here a good hour. Look for my video. I'm putting it out Sunday. All right. Look for it. Make sure you give it a view and a like. Tell a buddy. Let's get some people to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I dig all of you guys, man. See you all next time.